Today things are going to get peachy because we're going to Savannah, Georgia in the late 1800s for a historical wedding romance that'll knock your socks off. I'm Michael Foster, and this is Reaction to Romance. Alright, so today we're going to read Surrender Your Heart by Marie Higgins, and I saw a quote online that Marie Higgins put out there, and it said, "It's the journey that makes romance interesting. Expect the unexpected." So let's hope today when we dig into Surrender Your Heart, something unexpected is going to happen. Today is a screen read, so here we go. His lips turned up briefly. She wanted to sigh again from seeing his gorgeous face. What was wrong with her? And why couldn't she get these ridiculous thoughts out of her head once and for all? "You can't help it, can you?" he asked. She shrugged. "It depends on what you're referring to. Your main purpose in life is to bring happiness to others." Her grin widened. "Why? Is it working?" He sighed heavily, and with it came his frown. He dropped his hands, stepped back. It was like cold water had been splashed on her face. Because of the warmth removed, she suddenly felt cold. "No, Emily, it's not working, and I am sorry." Her throat tightened. "Maybe not yet, but soon." She smiled again, but it was shaky this time. "There you go again, being positive." "I cannot help the way I feel." His gaze moved slowly over her face again and rested on her mouth. Just as before, her throat turned cotton dry. Why was he looking at her like that? Like he wanted to kiss her. And why was she looking forward to it? Although the prospect sounded tempting, it was too soon. The kiss wouldn't mean anything to him since his mind was still set on being a pain in her arse all the time. She licked her dry lips. "I should probably go to bed now." He nodded, but he didn't stop looking at her mouth. Her heart sped up again, but she couldn't allow it to make her feel any differently toward him. "Good night, Adam." She forced her legs to work this time, and she stepped around him. All right, she forced her legs to work this time, so it sounds like this guy has already put some kind of a spell on her. But she's trying to hold it together, and it sounds like she's got a case of the Danny Glover legs in Lethal Weapon 2. So, back to the action. "Good night, Adam." She forced her legs to work this time and stepped around him. He kept watching her the whole time. She forced her legs to work this time, and she stepped around him. He kept watching her the whole time. When she reached the door, she stopped. "I forgot to tell you that I am proud of what you did today." His gaze narrowed in question. "You know," she continued, "becoming one of the sheriff's deputies? I really hope you find some answers now." Finally he moved, but it was towards her, only stopping when he reached her. He rested his shoulder against the doorframe. "You're proud of me? Why?" "Because of your devotion to find out the truth. It shows that you really have a heart somewhere in there." Without thinking, she placed her hand on his bare chest. Immediately, her palm burned from the intimate touch. He took a quick breath, which made her quiver inside. We're starting to see a little bit of seduction. Adam is seducing. Without thinking, she placed her hand on his bare chest. Immediately, her palm burned from the intimate touch. He took a quick breath, which made her quiver inside. She should really yank her hand away, but she didn't want him to know that she just felt the jolt of attraction bouncing back and forth between them. Just like before, when she touched him, he covered his hand over hers, pressing it into his chest. Her breathing accelerated. Oh dear. What had she done now? What had she done now? Well, she turned the old key to Adam's engine. That's what she did right now. So we've got ourselves a certifiable love scene here at Reaction to Romance. That's going to be it for today. I leave you with that. What to do now? Check out Surrender Your Heart by Marie Higgins. I'll leave all the stuff in the links below. And how about subscribing to the YouTube channel? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Do the subscribe thing, and I think if you hit the little button there too, it lets you know when I put a new one out there. So why don't you guys give old Adam a chance here and subscribe to this here YouTube channel. This is Michael Foster, and thank you for watching Reaction to Romance.